This is the Kitchen Sink WP Podcast, episode 618.
I program my own computer.
We have a server crash, 404 error, page not found, links aren't working, system is crashing, system is crashing, system is crashing.
Your old HTML website, barely alive. We have the technology. We have WordPress. A new website, better than it was before. Better, stronger, faster. We have the technology.
Alright, hello everybody, this is Adam Silver, host of the Kitchen Sink WP Podcast. Thanks for being here. Let's get started. Alright, upcoming events. We have one next week. First and foremost, actually, Happy New Year this week to y'all. So obviously this comes out on the 29th. So Happy New Year in a few more days for everybody across the world. May everyone get what they want and wish for, and hopefully the world settles down just a bit in all relations, all accounts there. So Happy New Year. Alright, upcoming events. WordPress Campus Connect 2026 over in Malaysia, Universiti, Teknologi on January 3rd. One-day event there. And that is it for the upcoming events for the first weekend of the new year. So that's kind of crazy. So there you go. WordPress Campus Connect. Check that out if you are in that part of the world. Moving on, segment one. Not a whole lot going on in the news. I did look up because I was curious, when is WordPress 7.0 coming out? What's the roadmap look like? So I went diving, I went digging, I went deep. And all it says was tentatively 2026. That's all I got. So there's no date yet assigned to that as of this recording. So sorry about that. All right, moving on. Segment two, the meat potatoes of this week's episode. Predictions and wins. Now, I used to do this actually with my good friend Kyle on the Get Options podcast. We would do our predictions for the upcoming year. We would review them, see who won. And it was pretty much a wash for the most part. But I wanted to reach out, and I did reach out to a handful of people here in the WordPress space and got some people's predictions and wins and whatnot. So starting with Stephen Harvey, he says prediction is that WordPress will see a decrease in market share capture, no market share increase. So I guess just flat. Other platforms are providing the ability to create engaging websites with minimal effort and lower costs of maintenance. Interesting take. Along with the negative story that general public are getting regarding all the WP drama and the debacle from 16 months ago, I guess, I'm not sure what his take there is, but I guess it's just a matter of maybe that is still in the air. I don't know. All right. Moving on to Marcus Burnett. His predictions are that AI will become so commonplace in our apps and tools that human thought and curation will start to become a new sales angle. Interesting take on that. I can see that. Also, AI imaging and content generation leaps will be smaller with the focus on fine-tuning the current experiences. Solid take. And the WordPress plugin repository will balloon to over 75,000 plugins while simultaneously seeking download rate decline due to people using AI to write more bespoke one-off plugins. And he would know. He just wrote two of them. I mentioned one a few weeks ago. So that's another solid take as well. As far as his wins go, the WP world stayed relevant and continued to grow all year long. Congratulations. With being a media sponsor for a couple of events. Very cool. He used OpenAI API to build a few long-standing ideas for the plugins, Chrome extensions, and site features that were not possible to build before the AI that he started learning about. So congratulations, Marcus. That's awesome. Great wins there. Solid predictions as well. So pretty cool. Howard sent me one in. His prediction is that AI will be introduced into the WordPress and will do all things automatically. Interesting. A lot of AI stuff, obviously. A win from Howard is that he started vibe coding things to help different tools. So he started vibe coding things to help with different tools. He also bought a business, built a second brand to focus on service industries. That's cool. Yeah, he acquired another agency stuff and whatnot. So that's pretty cool. So he grew his business. I'm not sure by how much, but I know he is super happy about that. Moving on here, another one from Kurt Von Onen. His predictions are hosting is going to increase in cost and blame AI and increased loads. Interesting. Okay. I hope that's not the case that hosting will increase too much, but it happens. Costs do go up. More plugin suites are going to surface and more plugins are going to try to become plugin suites. Thinking Fluent, Sure, WP Funnels, etc. And Etch WP will continue to refine, but also drive a wedge between its users and standard WP dev types. Interesting. Yeah, I've heard about Etch. I don't know too much about it. And that actually leads Kurt to also add, something new this year was using Etch enough to something new this year was using Etch enough to confidently redo the Manana no Mas website. That's what it is. He learned it well enough. His WP Agency Academy is launching and taking live students in 2026 under the Sunflower launch name. That's cool. So he's learned a new platform. I'm going to have to dive in a little bit, check what Etch is all about for 2026. I'll put that on my list. Another one here, last one. Actually, two more. Adam Warner, good friend of the show, good guy. His take on things is a quote, AI is going to make WordPress faster and smarter in 2026, but being human will matter more than ever. Strategy, taste, trust, and community can't be automated, and that's where WordPress professionals will continue to stand apart. Yeah. I agree 100% there. The fact that AI is so prevalent in what all we do here, it helps in so many areas, but human interaction in real life, communicating, I'm a person who really wants to talk to people consistently. It's old school, if you will, if there's such thing as old school in sales, but that's just what I like to do that way better. Anyway, so and then of course my predictions and wins. I think WordPress will still be dominant CMS. It's gotten the foothold, the plugins, extensibility, etc. WP drama will cease to end, just like that, gone. I don't know if that's true or not. Anyway, there'll always be something about that out there, so I just don't really get into it. And another prediction is I will purchase less than 10 domains. I'm gonna go with 5 for next year, and I'm gonna let 2 to 3 of them expire. Current ones that I have will expire. So I don't know, we'll see how that goes. My wins this year are knowing when to seize an opportunity and to learn from that experience and continue to learn from that experience. Also that I reached the milestone of 600 episodes of this podcast. Now this is 618, so that was 18 weeks ago. And I just keep going and I still love doing it. So that's kind of cool. And lastly, a few people didn't share wins, but they did share some struggles. But I'm going to opt not to share those because of just privacy concerns, but they did share. And I appreciate the honesty and the authenticity and the vulnerability is really the key word there of struggles. We all have them. And it's just, it's a matter of just one day at a time, right? 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 quarter, 1 year. So just the struggles are there. They're real. And I hope everyone who needs help seeks help. And if you want to talk to me about something, anything, off the record, I'm here to listen as well. So wrapping up on that, hope you all had a great year or a good year. Or ideally, just, a solid, year that you stayed afloat. And may 2026 be better for all of us. All right, moving on. Segment 3, tip and tool of the week. This week, it's a tutorial video about NotebookLLM. It's pretty cool. NotebookLLM is really neat. This tutorial is done by a guy named Teachers Tech. It's a YouTube channel. Someone put me onto it. I think actually Brad put me onto it over at WebDev. So I'll put a link in the show notes. Really cool. NotebookLLM is just kind of crazy neat. And I guess it's gotten a lot better like in the last 6 months. I looked at it 6-7 months ago. I didn't mean to say that way, but I did. Anyway, so check it out. There's a link in the show notes about this tutorial video of how to really use it and take advantage of it. And go with that for 2026. All right, I'm going to wrap it up here. If you have any questions, go ahead, send it in via email, adam@KitchensinkWP.com, or use the SpeakPipe function on the website. You can support the show, become a Patreon, buy me a coffee, ways to do that for the website. You can sponsor the show as well, form to fill out. Do that, I'll get right back to you, and we can take your product and service in 2026 to the whole new level by being a sponsor of the Kitchen Sink WP podcast. Other than that, thanks for listening. See you next week. Now go out and do some awesome things with WordPress. All right, bye-bye.